Hi, we're Tim and Nick.
And we've been married for 8 years. Growing up, I went to church with my parents out of habit and obligation. I wasn't actually interested in church or God or the Bible. I was more interested in my 3 Ps: parties, popularity, and partners. I identified as a Christian by name, but in reality, I disregarded God in most areas of my life until trouble found me, for example, after a bad breakup. And then I expected God to save me from it.
Similar to Nick, I grew up in a Christian family. However, when I got older, spending half a day at church on Sundays became much less appealing. I was more focused on living my best life, YOLO and all that. I pursued the things that I thought would give me the most satisfaction, fulfillment, and enjoyment. Doing well at uni, setting myself up for a solid career so I could make lots of money, becoming a successful person. It was very much the typical Singaporean dream. So for many years, I basically treated God like a genie. I'd ask Him for stuff I wanted and hoped that He would grant me whatever I wished for.
So Christians believe that God makes Himself known to people through His written word, the Bible. I thought that the Bible was just a bunch of random stories with some pretty crazy events and a bunch of man-made rules. But when I found out that the Bible was actually one unified book with one main storyline about one main character, Jesus Christ, then all these different stories could be understood in light of that one main storyline. All the pieces really fell into place for me. It's amazing how God purposefully chose 40 human authors over 2,000 years and ensured that each one wrote exactly what He wanted them to write in order that the truth might be revealed about Jesus Christ and we could get to know God by knowing the person of Jesus.
In the book of John, which is a historical eyewitness account of Jesus' life, Jesus says that the light has come into the world, yet people love the darkness rather than the light because in the darkness we can easily hide the things we do that we're not proud of. So even though for most of my life I identify as a Christian, I was ignoring God and living a life that was purely focused on myself. I was trying to be the king of my life, living such that I could get what I wanted out of it. I did indeed love the darkness, and I loved living in denial about how I was treating God. And that's the essence of what the Bible calls sin, which is ignoring God, rejecting Him, in spite of the fact that He is the creator of the universe who rules over the world and everything in it. When I realized I was that sinner, lost in the darkness, I was so thankful that God provided a way for sinners like myself to be rescued when Jesus died on the cross so we could be forgiven.
Now that I know I had been ignoring God by ignoring what He was saying to me in the Bible, I don't want to ignore Him anymore, and in fact, I want to be close to Him. It's empowering to finally be able to understand the Bible, and instead of finding it irrelevant, to find it making sense of this crazy life that we are living right now, COVID and all. It's a great thing knowing who God is and who I am in His plan for the world. I am encouraged that everything that happens in my life happens for a reason, for a purpose, even the unpleasant things.
For me, I find myself striving for control a lot less in my job, my relationships, my health, etc. It's really liberating to know that there's an all-powerful God in control of the entire universe, sustaining everything in creation. And that really takes the pressure off of me to be something I know I can't be as a feeble human being. And my definition of living my best life has also changed. It's how God has called us to live in light of what He's done for us as our Creator and Savior. So if you're even the slightest bit curious about what being a Christian actually means, why don't you find out more, investigate for yourself, and see if it's something really worth believing in or not.